Welcome to another video from Earnped.com. I'm Stevie B. Happy to have you all with us today. Let's take a couple of big sips to get started. I'm glad everybody's here. So today I am out hunting some fowl. These little creatures right here. I call them Dobbies because they remind me of Dobby from Harry Potter. Freaky little things. I mean, look at this. Freaky looking, right? Yep. So I call them Dobbies. So why am I hunting Dobbies? Well, you'll notice they're level 4. These have always been one of my favorite mobs for a number of reasons. Number one, the setup that I use, the way I hunt, the way I like to hunt, the weapon setup, the gear, the armor, all of it. But also the loot pool. They drop tier 2 components, they drop purple paint, they drop foul bone, which can be refined into buttons, which goes into a lot of tailoring stuff. So there's a number of reasons that I like hunting fowl. Right now I'm hunting fowl because I believe that Mindark, in doing this 20th anniversary event, I believe they somewhere have a 20th anniversary item hidden in a lower level creature. I don't think everything is going to be dropping from, 10,000 HP drone exterminators. I think that there's some kind of a 20th anniversary item somewhere in a level 3, 4, 5, 6 creature. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know exactly what creature it's in, but I just have this gut feeling that there's something that's going to drop from something lower level. And I think there's a pretty good chance that it might drop from a fowl, an Argonaut, or a Dakiba. Those would be my top 3 guesses. That's just because whenever I look at the 20th anniversary items they've made so far, it tends to be some of the most iconic weapons that the game has seen turned into 20th anniversary weapons. And when we look at the stuff that's dropping these items, it tends to be more iconic mobs. So I think Mindark has put a lot of stock into the nostalgia aspect of the most iconic of the most iconic over the past 20 years. And fowl would make that list for me, as would, like I said, Argonaut, as would Dakiba. There's a few other mobs that I could qualify in there. But my biggest thing is, fowl have always been something that I like to hunt. They've always been something that I like the loot that I get when I hunt them. So everything about fowl has just been something I prefer. Well, I'm already on rank 15 on Codex. And in my last video, I mentioned some new mobs, and I said, there's a lot of mobs in game that I think I can make videos, the top 100 mobs nobody knows about. And I would be hard-pressed to find a single YouTuber out there that watches my videos that would go, oh yeah, I've heard of all of these mobs. I could make videos on 100 different mobs, and every single viewer that I have would go, yep, didn't even know that existed. That's not necessarily a good thing. Especially now that we have Codex, especially now that you can do 26 ranks in Codex for every single mob. To some extent, yes, getting that meta Codex every 5 Codex levels, that's great. That, especially because they're attributes, that's amazing. However, at the same time, I think most people would be better served just sticking with 2 to 3 mobs that they thoroughly enjoy hunting, that they know like the back of their hand, that they have a good setup to hunt, that they know have the loot that they're looking for, or the type of loot that they're looking for. I think if most people would just stick to 2 or 3 mobs, the average player would do much, much better than running around like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to get to level 20 to 26 on Codex for every single mob in game. There's not a reason to hunt every single mob in game. In fact, there is a lot of reasons to not hunt a lot of mobs in game. There are quite a few mobs in game. You should probably never have rank 1 Codex completed for quite a few mobs. That's just the sad truth. Now, I will explain why that is whenever I can get over here and stand still and not have Dobbies all over me. So, if we look at Codex, the rewards are different at different levels for different creatures. So level 15, I'm only going to get 0.625 ped. So just over a half a ped will I get for level 15. For level, let's see here, 9 on Cultist, I'll get 1.91 ped. So it's kind of all over the place, right? Exosaur, level 24, only 1.75 ped. For level 24, really? So here's the thing. Getting to level 26 is the key. If you can get to level 26, let's look at Yogg. I'm on 26 for Yogg. I've actually repeated it once. I'm on my second repeat for Yogg. Look at the rewards. 7.81 ped of the rare skills like Dodge and Evade. Up to 25 ped of the more common skills like Athletics. 15.62 ped of the ones like Courage. So if you can bang out those first 25 levels, doesn't matter what mob it is, if you can bang out those first 25, yeah, the rewards might suck on a lot of those levels. The rewards might suck all the way through. However, if it's a mob that you like hunting enough to get all the way to rank 26, then you're probably going to keep hunting it for a while. You're probably not going to repeat rank 26 once. You're probably going to repeat rank 26 a lot of times. 10, 15, 20, 30 times, right? Maybe more. So if you're focusing on 1 or 2 mobs and you're getting to rank 26, once you get to rank 26, man, you're really going to be racking up some skill rewards. However, if you're bouncing all over the place from mob to mob, codex to codex, rank 3 here, rank 4 here, rank 2 here, you're never really doing yourself any favors in the codex front. Now, yeah, you're going to be getting that meta codex as you go, and you're going to be every 5 levels of a mob getting another opportunity for some attributes. Okay, that's all good and dandy. But if you have a player who is really focusing on 1 or 2 mobs at a time, getting to rank 26, and then banging out repeats of rank 26 over and over and over again, that person is going to skill much, much, much faster. That's just how it's going to work. That's why whenever we look at Mayhem creatures, you know, I think I've done the Merry Mayhem creatures codex like 32 times. I think I've done the Halloween creatures one like 20 times. It's a ridiculous amount of repeats. And every time I do, I'm getting 7.5-ish ped worth of evade every time I repeat one of those. So it's really helped boost my defense skills through the roof. Well, Yogg are the same way. I like hunting Yogg because of the general setup, the general levels, but also because I'm still looking for Chapter 2 for the Monria horns. So whenever I'm on Monria, I'm usually hunting Yogg. Well, no, it wasn't all that rewarding getting through the first 25 levels, but now that I'm on the repeat, it's super rewarding. Now I like hunting them even more than before. So kind of the same with Fowl. No, the rewards aren't that great right now. I'm not necessarily doing it for the Codex rewards right now. Right now I'm doing it for the loot. I'm doing it for the tearing components, the purple paint, the foul bones. Right now I'm doing it for the chance of a possible 20th anniversary item. However, once I hit rank 26, I'm still going to be doing it for the same reasons, but man, I'm going to be racking up the skill rewards too. And there are a couple of mobs like that for me. So another one is Exosaur. I'm on level 24 for Exosaur. And even at level 24, the result is kind of sad. It's 1.75 ped. However, very soon I will be on rank 26 for Exosaur. And then I'll just be racking up the skill rewards there. And if you notice, if you look through my codex, most of my codex is like that. It's either extremely low or extremely high. There's not a lot of in between. 15, 7, 3, 1, 5, 1, 20, 1, 3, 2, 9, 10. That's only because of the Crystal Palace event that we had where we had the first mini mayhem. 6, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, 9, 9, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 8, 3, 1. Easter robots. I've repeated it 16 times. So I've repeated rank 26 on Easter Robot 16 times. Whenever this Easter rolls around, that number will probably be closer to 30. 1, 24 for Exosaur. 1, 6, 1, 2, 1, 5. Halloween creatures, repeated it 24 times. 1, 1, 1, 1, 11, 1. Also from the Crystal Palace thing. 14 for Longtooth. I didn't even do the Summer Migration last year. I just kind of skipped it. Merry creatures, I repeated 31 times. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You'll see my codex numbers are usually very, very low. And then there's just those couple of mobs that I just bang them out all the time. And when I bang them out all the time, that gets me to rank 26. And when I get to rank 26, I'm just able to repeat it, and just start racking up those skill rewards. So I think if most people would pick 2 to 3 mobs that they really enjoy hunting, that they really have fun hunting, that they've got the proper setup to hunt, the proper weapon, the proper armor, the proper defense skills, mobs that are in places they like to be, that have loot pools with loot composition that they want to go after, I think that the average player would do well to focus their codex on a couple of mobs. Now, that doesn't mean don't have fun. That doesn't mean don't branch out and try other mobs now and then. It doesn't mean don't, just do something to have fun doing it. That it's a game. We put far too much emphasis on the real cash economy part of Entropia, and we tend to forget that it's a game and it's supposed to be fun, and if it's not fun, there's no point in doing it. That's one of the reasons when the game starts frustrating me, or whenever it's no longer helping me to relax, I will log out for a few days. It's a game. It's a hobby. It's fun. It's relaxing. If I'm not turning my brain off, I'm doing it wrong. If it adds stress to my life, I'm doing it wrong. Now, there's nothing wrong with some healthy competition, but at the same time, if this starts to give me a heart attack, I'm definitely doing it wrong. And so I think for the average player, focusing on a couple of mobs would really go a long way as far as skilling via codex, because for your average mob and for your average player, your average play level, the way the average person plays, codex really isn't going to be as effective, as handy for skilling until rank 26. Now, there have been exceptions to the rule. I have ran across some instances where there have been times that I found a creature and I started hunting it and the codex was just amazing from the get-go. It's not very often. It's usually been things like mayhem, because you're going to be cycling a whole lot of pet anyway, because the cost to kill is usually higher anyway. So a lot of times those mayhem creatures, the codex is usually pretty good from the get, simply because of the cost to kill, simply because of how much you're cycling, and simply because of how fast you get to rank 26. So that said, guys, like everything else in game, find balance. Balance between fun and profitability. Balance between getting 5 levels of codex just to get that attribute through the meta codex, and being able to focus and balance your codex to get to rank 26 to really get the skill rewards. Everything in proportion, right? So if there's anything that I can say today to help new players out, it's going to be this: focus on something. Focus your codex on something. This is especially true for new players, because puny creatures are not all counted the same now. When I very first started playing, a puny creature was a puny creature. If it said puny creature, it counted. Not anymore. Now you've got Burklide, now you've got blue dinos, now you've got all kinds of puny creatures. So if I was starting today, I wouldn't just be shooting any puny creature. I would be picking one. Probably blue dinos, even though I like to say Burklide. But Burklide just always attacked a little bit faster and a little bit harder. So I'd probably go with the blue dinos. And I would be just focusing on the blue dinos to get that codex as high as I could. That way I'm not bouncing back and forth between Burklide and blue dinos. I'm just sticking with the blue dinos, right? So that would be my advice for today. So that said, head over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn. Guys, I get this question a lot. How do I get hideout.tv to give me earnped.com as a redemption option? Well, luckily, there are a lot of links to hideout.tv on the Earnped website. So guys, when you go to earnped.com and you log into your account, if you will just follow the links from Earnped to Hideout, don't actually type out in your browser window hideout.tv. Just literally go to the Earnped website, log in, and click on any of the links that take you to any of the video offers that Hideout offers. Hideout will know that you're coming to Hideout through a link from earnped.com. It will automatically add earnped.com as a redemption option. Both websites also use cookies, so they will see that you're coming from one to another, and they will eventually add it as a redemption option. It doesn't happen right away. However, I promise you, if you go to earnped.com, log in, click on video offers, click on the links, and get taken to the hideout.tv website, give it a couple of days. It will add earnped.com as a redemption option. That said, also be sure and hit the like button on the videos, because every like matters. That little bell icon that you guys hit to get notified when we post new content, every time somebody hits that, that matters. Every subscriber matters. And the best way you guys can help us out and help yourself at the same time is to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon to be notified of new content, and like every single video we make. Because that tells YouTube to put these videos in front of other people who play video games, who play MMOs, who are interested in real cash economy gaming. And a lot of times when YouTube shows people those videos, they've never heard of Entropia before. It's the very first time they're ever exposed to Entropia. And because they hear about it, they end up watching the videos, watching the channel, subscribing. Then they end up downloading Entropia and becoming a member of the community. They become a part of the economy. So it doesn't just help us. It helps you guys. It helps MindArc. It helps everybody. So you're not just doing us a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. And we really appreciate that too. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. We've got a lot more content coming up. I think there's a lot more to this 20th anniversary event to come. I wish they would have told us exactly what items they made, exactly what loot pools they were in. I think there'd be a lot more people cycling, but this is kind of the way of the world at the moment. So I'm just kind of doing the same stuff I would normally do and hoping that a 20th anniversary item may drop in my lap, maybe. But we're going to leave it there for now. I've got a lot more planned for you guys over the coming weeks. We'll get there slowly but surely. For now, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.